Hey everyone, welcome to the breakdown here for the Dorito side of the Midwest Open for the NXL. So this is part 3, I guess 3.5 of 4 videos. So make sure that you watch the snake side, the middle, and the bounce possibilities. These are always going to be my first impressions, so this is not gospel, but at least will help you out with some ideas of maybe how to play this. So remember, as a refresher, the middle, we're saying that it's from this little W to these towers. This was the middle. The snake, we were saying, was from the can over and included this, this wedge. Now we're going to move to the Dorito side. So the Dorito side is going to be going out to this Aztec. Now something that we saw in the video for the middle was this shot here. So you have someone in the back center that can shoot here, a little high here, and they might even, let me refresh this. Let's look here real quick. Move over and go down, and I think we can get a shot. So they can't shoot the opposite side of it, but they would be able to drop paint in into this zone. So it's not impossible for them to shoot you. Definitely try to run and gun anytime you can. Always try to run and gun somewhere first, because if you can make it there, again, if you have paint in the air, there's at least a percentage chance of you being able to get that elimination. So if you can do that, absolutely do it. But the way that this layout is, that shot going across there, the back center looks real strong, so you want to make sure that you're giving it that benefit of the doubt, but try and see what you can get away with. You might be able to get there and be able to get some paint back in the back center, disrupt a shot, help out one of your teammates that's going out wider. Now you do have a shot into your technically mirror going cross field. So if you wanted, you could actually run and gun out shooting just at this player. You'd have to shoot over the top of the brick here and then try to drop the shot. They probably are going to get there fast enough, but it's possible. Yeah, I think if you went running and gunning across over the, you may even just shoot into this gap as you're going out. So as you're going out, you shoot the gap and maybe able to kind of flood the zone a little bit and just make it where, you know, you don't have this Aztec. Now moving out of the Aztec from the middle into the outside, let's look here. You can't really, this was something that in our snakes video, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to get this. I'm gonna go up super high and see. Yeah, I don't think that you're gonna be able to drop the shot over the top. I think that players are gonna be able to crawl around and be able to get into that snake 2 and snake 3 just fine with you being here. It's gonna be other people that are gonna be more of a threat to that snake side. So, you know, just making sure that you have that is, yeah, just that knowledge that the heads up is probably not going to be super helpful unless they stop short. Then you can shoot into this gap, but then they can take some inside routes. So it's not going to be impossible for them to still move up, but welcome to paintball. So let's move out from here because this actually doesn't look like all that great. You might use this as a transition to get up into the tower. So that could definitely be something. So you'd have to watch the middle video for that one. There are some decent ways to help with support. This might just be kind of a stop so that way you can make it further out. Because let's see, where are the shots? So you can see here, the back center has a shot through here into this gap. And as we go out, I think, yeah, they could shoot through the towers here. This is definitely threading the needle on that one. But then they can also shoot the outside. So they can shoot the outside here. So if you don't slide in and if you don't overslide, you should be okay. But that overslide is definitely going to catch you. I'm wondering actually is if you take the inside route, if you can get underneath and get into this little Dorito. The changeup of routes is what's going to be, I'm seeing this on both sides, is going to be super important. And what I mean by that is whether you take more of a deep route or a shallow route. So you don't want to set up differently because then they can start picking up on how is it that you're setting up and are you going to take the deep route or the shallow route. But The issue that you're going to run into is that if you are taking the deep route, they can shoot for the deep route. If you're taking the shallow route consistently, they're going to shoot for that. So making sure that you're trying to switch it up a little bit and reading the paint, how is it the other team is setting up, all of that stuff is going to be pretty important here. So I think you should be able to get out to this Dorito corner okay. It's just the read on the paint. And I don't know how effective this shot is going to be, because I know that they can shoot, the home can shoot through here. You have the can is also able to shoot through this gap, but they have to shoot high. So you should be able to get underneath there just fine. So let's see, as we move up, let's move into this little Dorito here. So something to remember is that you can't see down the wire. So you can see this here. You can see that you can't see. I think if you are in the position that you are the widest on this side, someone else needs to pick up the gap remember, it's snake side is what you're shooting at, and then opposite would be shooting at the Dorito side. So to the left of you is always shooting at the snake, the right is always shooting the Dorito side, with it being asymmetrical. So you need to have someone else in the middle or on the opposite side that's able to shoot into that gap, because you can't do anything to stop someone down the wire here. You'd have to step all the way out completely into the open where they can shoot you, they can shoot you. This one could even drop a blind shot. Like, it's just gonna be risky. So, you know, you're just shooting kind of through there. So just remember that. Let's see, as we're moving up here, that back center I think is gonna be important to have someone at. So that's definitely something to watch out for. So let's look here. So the can has some blind shots, but you can still get underneath it. I think you'll be able to get underneath there fine. But I don't need to go to my photos. This was something that we saw in the middle. This brick, the little brick, is able to shoot into this gap. So you would really want to make sure that you wrap and shoot into that to make sure that you're able to put that person in to then crawl up into here. Now let's see as we get up further. I'm going to turn this more so it's more like we're playing. So good, we can see the gap into the other Dorito side, into the Aztec, the home. That home might start getting kind of tight, but remember that home has some decent shots like we saw in the middle video into these gaps. So you want to be careful of that. But you do have some shots into here. So this could actually be a place that you can get to protect your middle player. So having it where if someone tries to launch to come through to get your middle player in this other brick, you could be here waiting for them to try to go across and basically bait them to go. Now, if they commit, you can't really do anything but shoot the player afterwards, so it just kind of guarantees a shot. But maybe if you're trying to slow it down a little bit, getting to this Dorito could be good for that. Let's move into this next Dorito. So again, just like we saw earlier, you have to be careful of these middle shots in the Dorito side. Snake, I think what I'm seeing is that Snake is going to be the first punch, but then they have to jump into the Dorito side on your side. So it's yeah, I don't know. I think Snake is going to be the first punch, and then it'll kind of maybe be more of like a middle Dorito push after that. As things start to get locked down, that's where it's going to be a little bit iffy, but I think the first push, the initial push, is going to be that Snake side. So let's keep moving up here. So this brick is able to shoot into this gap here. So it doesn't mean that you can't shoot back at them, but the issue, like we saw in the middle video, is I can't really wrap from here to shoot at that person to see if they're there. So they could be waiting for you as you dive across. They could already have paint there, or could just be baiting you to get that shot going in. So just something to keep in the back of your mind, so that way you don't get caught off guard by it. But let's move into this Dorito. Okay, so we have some shots again at the same guys that can shoot back at you. So it might be more of a gunfight for the Dorito side than other sides on the field. But yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be careful of people crawling up through here and catching you off guard. Don't go to sleep on that move. The moves out here would be real tough to make if there's someone here. So if you are in this Dorito and you can stop them from moving, would it even be worth it for you to go up here? Oh yeah, it definitely would be. So you can do a better job of cutting things up. But if you get here, you can definitely catch people. But the better shots are when you start coming down. Now let's see though. Okay, so you could protect your other player if you had someone here. So maybe you dove out, there's someone in the Dorito, in this larger Dorito here. We'll just call that Dorito 2. And this is Dorito 1. We'll just call this the little Dorito, the little guy. If you're in this Dorito 1, you can shoot down the wire, you just can't stop the movement. So they still could, I think, crawl. You might see a leg kick out, but the timing of it would be really tough to really hold that side there. But at least you could do some protection, especially if they go up into this wedge and are shooting inside. Then you could come here either to this Dorito 2 or stay in this Dorito and shoot this way. So that way if they take the inside route, it's a guaranteed trade. If they try to come to the outside, maybe you can catch them first, but you just need to make sure that you're on your gun. So let's move into this. And now we're moving into the snake side for this other side of the field. Oh man, yeah, this is getting good. I wonder if it's going to be first punch snake side, and then the second punch is the Dorito closing things out, because you have a lot of stuff here that you can use to block you out and get real sneaky. I think that might be what it is. There's going to be some moves in the middle for sure that's going to help this out, but that's going to be the middle player probably picking up on who is it that's shutting you down in the Dorito side. So from what I'm seeing, it really looks like the first punch is going to be Dorito side, or sorry, snake side, and then the Dorito side is going to make this be able to make some pushes. And there's a lot you can do here. I mean, there's so many options I'm seeing here, like being able to walk up to this wedge, being able to go into their snake and, you know, crawl down, obviously. You know, even coming up, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. So definitely, you know, what do you guys think? If I move back here, what is it you guys think of this Dorito side? Tell me in the comments, do you think it's going to be strong, weak? Do you agree, disagree? I think this is going to be the second punch, personally, or kind of more the closing side of the field. Not that you can't close from the snake side. We saw some really good shots, but I'm seeing a lot of possibilities from the snake side closing out. So I'm sorry, Dorito side closing out that way. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure that you're watching the others, like the snake side, the middle, and of course the bounce shot possibilities. And I will see you guys in the next one. As always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.